Welcome to Mulberry Gap. One of the things we're known for is our shuttle service, so here's a quick overview of how it works and what to expect. Our shuttles help guests access point-to-point routes, longer trail systems, and remote gravel or bikepacking routes without needing to take your own vehicle. It's a convenient service that lets people ride more and drive less. We shuttle mountain bikers, gravel riders, bike packers, and occasionally hikers, runners, and backpackers. We shuttle people and their gear, not just the bikes. We don't provide on-demand instant shuttles. We aren't able to guarantee specific times down to the minute, and we don't shuttle during dangerous weather or unsafe conditions. Shuttles should be booked in advance whenever possible, either online during reservations or right with the front desk. They run on grouped schedules, so that means you may ride with other guests heading to a similar area. And the departure times are estimates. They can shift slightly based on loading bikes, traffic, or earlier runs. We always recommend that you be packed ready and checked in about 15 minutes before your scheduled departure time. Now let's take a look at where we can go. Mulberry Gap lies right in the middle of this roughly 20-mile by 20-mile area. We're located between Ellijay and Chatsworth and nearby to Lake Conasauga. Our real claim to fame, though, is that we're right in the middle of this northernmost 40-mile section of the Pinhoti National Recreational Trail, which is 350 miles in length. The trail runs right through the middle of our property. Between sections of the Pinhoti and other nearby trails, we have over 50 miles of single track right here in this footprint. There are also over 50 miles of primarily Forest Service gravel roads. And you can access nearly 100 miles of foot traffic only hiking trails in the Cohutta Wilderness, starting in our area and working north towards Tennessee. Add in a few hard surface connecting roads and you have limitless routes for hiking, biking, running, and motorcycle riding. At every departure time, we operate two routes, the North Shuttle and the South Shuttle. Think of these like bus routes with multiple possible drop-offs along each route. The North Shuttle gives you access to popular riding routes including Pinhoti 2, Bear Hoti, including Bear Hoti Light and Bear Hoti XL, the Windy Gap Double Black Diamond Run, Mountaintown Creek, and countless gravel and single-track options. And for hikers and runners, there are a few foot traffic only stops that provide access to the full 6-mile Emery Creek downhill, Tear Britches Trail, Conasauga River Trail, Chestnut Lead, Panther Creek, East Cowpen, and all of those other amazing backcountry miles in the Cohutta Wilderness. Specific shuttle stops on this shuttle include Gates Chapel Road near the bottom of Bear Creek, the top of P2, the bottom of P1, the Forest Service 90, Forest Service 68 intersection, the Bear Creek Spur Trailhead, also known as the Top of Bear. This is the most popular drop where folks go to ride Bear Hoti, Potato Patch intersection, the top of Windy Gap, and the Three Forks parking lot, if you're hoping to ride Mountaintown Creek, and all the way over to Jack's Riverfields Campground. This is where you access the northern terminus of the Pinhoti and the Benton Mackay Trail. There are also 3 foot traffic only stops all along Forest Service 68. There's Tear Britches Trailhead, which also accesses the top of Emery Creek, Conasauga River South Trailhead, known as Betty Gap, and Chestnut Lead Trailhead. These drop-offs will give you access to the foot traffic only areas of the Cohutta Wilderness. And here's a list all together in one place of those North Shuttle possible stop locations. And now for reasons that folks take the Southern Shuttle, including catching a ride back after riding Windy Gap Double Black Diamond downhill, riding the Pinhoti 4/3, which is a mostly downhill 6-mile section, or shuttling to Dennis Mill and riding back to Mulberry Gap, or just riding to Dennis Mill and then getting a shuttle back to Mulberry Gap. The South Shuttle stops include the bottom of Pinhoti 2, the bottom of Pinhoti 3, the top of Pinhoti 3 near the Cohutta Overlook, the top of Pinhoti 4, Dennis Mill Trailhead parking lot, and the bottom of Windy Gap. There's also a foot traffic only drop at the Emery Creek Lower Trailhead near the swimming hole that gives you access to the 6 miles of Emery Creek, including the 2 waterfalls about halfway through. And here's a list of all those South Shuttle stops altogether. Now the thing to know about the Pinhoti on this side, which is Pinhoti Section 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is also called the Dennis Mill section, is that that whole chunk is about 22 miles long, and by vehicle it's about an hour to get around to the Dennis Mill trailhead parking there at the end. So without a shuttle, you can ride a 44-mile out and back, or adding in some gravel and paved roads, there's a loop that can take you back, or you can just request a shuttle to pick you up from the Dennis Mill trailhead, or just get dropped off at that trailhead and ride back to Mulberry Gap. One of the most popular options is the Dennis Mill flip-flop. So you get a shuttle to the top of P4, and then you ride P5 and Dennis Mill. You get picked up at the parking lot and get the shuttle back to that same drop-off at P4, and then ride the P4, P3 mostly downhill back to Mulberry Gap. And a final really interesting option here. From Pinhoti 5, you can connect on the Fort Mountain connector and ride right into Fort Mountain State Park and access all of their mountain bike trails as well. Now that we know where we can go and what we can do there, let's take a look at the pricing. Mulberry Gap shuttles are set up on a sliding scale with a lower rate the more folks that are on the shuttle. If there are at least 5 folks going to the same destination, that's going to be our lowest base rate, and that's the price you're charged when you book a shuttle. If your drop ends up having fewer folks, like 4, 3, 2, or even 1 person, you'll see a higher amount here. If we have 2 stops that are really close together or on the way, we take that into consideration as well when selecting the price point. For a flat rate of just $10, you can actually follow the shuttle in your car and drop your vehicle off at the Gates Chapel intersection and jump in the shuttle and ride the rest of the way up. That way you have a vehicle located at the bottom at a convenient location if you're hoping to not ride all the way back to Mulberry Gap. You are welcome to change your shuttle drop-off as well. Let's say you book to go to the top of Bear Creek, but you meet other people at breakfast who are going to Three Forks and you decide you want to ride Mountain Town with them instead. Just let us know and we'll adjust your drop-off and your rate. Dogs are welcome to ride the shuttle with their humans at no additional cost. Please remember to bring leashes, harnesses, and muzzles if needed. The terrain is rugged and rocky, and even athletic dogs may struggle. You might want to consider dog boots for paw protection. And please avoid pushing the dogs too hard in the heat, humidity, and on long climbs. Also remember that there are long stretches of gravel road between Mount Mulberry Gap and the trailheads, so if your dog isn't used to the rough gravel, you might want to plan shorter access. Now keep in mind also that North Georgia wildlife includes bears, coyotes, venomous snakes, snapping turtles, ticks, and more. So please take care to protect both your trail dog and the wildlife. And don't forget that we have complimentary maps with cue sheets for all of our routes, including mountain biking, gravel biking, hiking, trail running, and more. You can actually have paper copies to take with you, or you can log on to Ride with GPS and pull up the digital versions that'll track you live and give you turn-by-turn directions when right on route. When searching for routes on our website or our Ride with GPS page, you'll see that they're coded by road, gravel, single track, and hiking. We are generally available to provide emergency or rescue shuttles. Let's say you experience a medical issue, a mechanical failure, a safety concern, or you just have given up the will to live on the trails. We're happy to send a rescue shuttle when possible. Those are billed at our regular shuttle rate to the nearest designated shuttle stop if it's during normal business hours. You don't need to actually reach the exact stop. We can pick you up at a road crossing or a trailhead somewhere along the way, even if it's not one of our designated spots. If you need to request a shuttle after hours or on one of our closed days, and we are available, for that we just charge the current IRS mileage rate per mile, plus a driving fee of $30 per hour from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., general business hours, or $50 an hour from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m., like the overnight hours, and that's billable in 15-minute increments. And of course, we're happy to help anytime. You can reach out and find out information at www.mulberrygap.com. You can call our office during the day during business hours at 706-698-2865 or drop us an email at reservations@mulberrygap.com. Or if you need time-sensitive reply, you can give us a call or text anytime 24/7 at 770-769-5514. Thanks so much, and we'll see you at Mulberry Gap.